Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today to really talk about the state of the game and everything that's kind of transcended in the last 24 hours. Because I know that this was a very, frustrating and polarizing blog post that we were able to go through yesterday. And it was really, we've already seen kind of the build up from the past weeks with Captain Britain, how he's paywalled originally to begin with. And it surprises me that so many folks were not even aware of that until me making that video as well. And that's why I wanted to break that down and discuss that, because end of the day, I don't think a lot of folks are realizing how predatory, how toxic Marvel Strike Force and Scopely has become with the recent weeks and months, especially in 2024, where they're really pushing towards revenues. Maybe this all started when Tadano Mac left the game and they're trying to entertain a different way to increase their revenues, but this is the wrong way to go about it. And yes, guys, I'm well aware that they changed the requirements already. In the video I made yesterday, we talked about how you would need, 5 of the Illuminati characters in order to push this forward. Well, this is what blows my mind away, guys. If you take a look at this, right, and you take a look at all the different missions that are available, there's 25 missions available for us to push through completely free to play potential, right? And they started the Illuminati nodes right here. Missions 5 to 8. So that means originally when they were planning it and designing this, they would allow folks, the general majority of folks, and remember, this event comes out in just a few days, right? So we barely have any heads up, barely any time to build up these characters and teams, because God forbid we've been building other things that we need, such as Spotlight raids, Incursion raids, Dark Dimension, and then most recently, because of Spire Society coming out, and even actually with the Source Ally right now, if you want to push higher and higher, maybe you need certain said characters and teams to push higher in Source Ally. God forbid that they give us a few couple days of heads up here to build up a team that was just announced last week. I mean, completely unreasonable. And even if you think about it, Shuri came out last week in terms of offers. Hank Pym came out a couple of days ago in terms of offers. How can you reasonably expect folks to have 5 of these characters already in a couple of days? I'll tell you how. They just want you to spend. They want every new character, every new event, every new addition into the game, they want you to spend. And I'll tell you this right now, guys. I'm not okay with that, because not only have I been over 4 years of being free to play in this game, but I've never seen this kind of level of predatory practice of pushing folks to spend. Overall, I would say prior to the last few months here, I would say Marvel Strike Force has been actually a pretty free-to-play friendly event. A free-to-play friendly game, because of the fact that there's a lot of characters that come into the game, and in just a few weeks, even after the original introduction into the game, you can typically unlock them. I've had no issues unlocking characters. Well, with the exception now of Captain Britain getting announced, right? But he's going to be the first character that I have not unlocked in the first time that he's coming into the game. Everything else I've been able to unlock free-to-play, guys. So in my eyes, that is a strong mobile game in terms of potential for characters being added. Even in other mobile games, it could take up to 6 months. But in this game, actually not as bad as people think, right? What gets at me is the fact that you guys design an event where, out of the 25 missions here, and you only allow your free-to-play folks to do 4 nodes out of the 25. And then starting from missions 5 to 8 is where you gate folks from having the Illuminati. And yes, I know it's been updated to 3 now, but we don't get to pat them on the back for doing something that they should have done to begin with, right? If you guys have noticed here, if you went back to the blog post, they actually, it's always amazing how fast they turn around some of these updates, given the backlash, right? Oh, sorry, I was trying to access it there. The temporal dimension requirement update right here. It was just a few hours after, and actually this was even this was after I posted my video. So this is how recent it was, right? They've updated it regarding the community's feedback, and now they're adjusting the requirement to 3 characters instead of 5. And on top of that, they're also going to be giving some following rewards here. But regardless, guys, this is just too tone deaf. Like we have seen in the last 24 hours a number of content creators, a number of different envoys quitting as a result of this, and I'm asking the question, why is this happening when this information comes out live, as opposed to, shouldn't this already be provided to envoys, provided to the player voice movement before it goes live? There's a reason we have a community for feedback, and this just goes to show me that there's a lack of transparency, there's a lack of communication, and also a lack of receptive feedback. Because right here, after reviewing the community's feedback, you could have got this feedback from the folks that are already in those positions to give you the feedback. Like, I just don't understand it. And this is another call out to the so-called employees of Scopely, because they are always saying some of their best work comes from the employees' feedback that worked there, right? Well, what the hell are they doing? Because if you're a real player in the game, whether you're free to play, whether you're a spender, you should have been able to give feedback on this before this went live. Because what this creates is, it's just a very poorly run company now. You're creating events that are consistently driving up revenues, expectation, but you're driving away the player base because of how toxic and how predatory it is. And I'll keep making content as long as I can, guys. But remember, with me being free to play, I can only make content that I have access to. Like, this would have been the saddest event for me to make a video on, because I would have only been able to do it on the 4 nodes, and then that's it. What kind of content is that for folks checking out my channel that are looking for insight, looking for guidance from free to play? I can't make content if I don't have access to the content either. I don't know. All I'm saying is that the Marvel Strike Force Scopely, you guys need to listen more. You guys need to be paying attention, because at this point right now, this is the worst we've ever seen the company heading towards, potentially closure. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if the game's gonna close down in a year or two, but these are the right moves to be making sure that you're gonna be digging your own grave. We've seen it already with some of the largest gamers leaving the game, right? Beta Ray Bill is not as active for sure. Tadano Mac leaving. The community managers, 2 of them leaving this year is record already. And then, like I said, a slew of content creators and Envoys already committing to leaving and not playing again. It blows my mind, guys. Read the signs, read the room. It doesn't take degrees to figure out that what you guys are doing right now are the wrong moves. And even the bigger message to Ryan Jacobson, if you're watching this or if you're getting this information, is that you have to review everything that you're doing. I know you're the head of the company, but at the end of the day, these are your grunts, these are your workers implementing and making these communication changes to the community. And it's doing the opposite. Instead of hyping up, instead of bringing people together, you're creating a wedge in the community and you're driving this game to the ground. And that's not what I want to see. I love this game. I love the gameplay, but this is not how it should end, guys. This is not the way Marvel Strike Force should end. Please review everything going on, and please listen to the community.